Hey, it's Debra Atkinson. It's summer. Are you doing either of those exercises? I've got a better way to be more efficient with your time and get better results at the same time with less injury. It's all about arms today. We're going to really focus on the biceps. Usually it's triceps. No, we're going to hit them, but you're going to see a lot more variation for your biceps, and that's also going to hit the front of your shoulders, which gives you that nice sculpted arm. So here's one thing that I want you to do. As I give you those variety of bicep exercises, we're going to put a tricep exercise after each one of them. I want you to choose your favorite. You're going to see me do an overhead press with a dumbbell. Now, if you struggle with range of motion through your shoulder, this one may not be it. So if you'd prefer to do a kickback, or you're in a gym or at home and you have access to do a push down using a cable machine or maybe bands and pulleys, that could be an option. You could lie on the floor and do a skull crusher. Choose your weapon. But I'm going to focus on the bicep variations that give you that great to go sleeveless arm. Choose weights that you do about 10 repetitions, but really not a lot more. So like a lot of you, I'm just using space in my house. So clearing space next to a wall. Dumbbells are right here, so I've got another choice. But what we're going to do first is going to be the most challenging of all of the exercises. So rather than that upright row, that puts a lot of stress and strain on the shoulder by having you do what's called internal rotation. I'm going to have you turn your palms up. We're going to slightly bend the elbows. We're going to move from the shoulder and do a shoulder height, shoulder raise. Now, if you struggle with core strength, I want you to make sure you're not rocking and sit down instead. You'll still get the work. There are just 10 of them. Here we go. Shoulders relaxed. Drop back and down. Exhale and up. You're getting the biceps here, and you're also going to get the front of the shoulder, the anterior deltoid muscle. Gives you that nice little pop in sleeves or sleeveless shirts. Here we go. Lift up. 3 and 4. And lower that down. Try not to go higher than the shoulder. And 5. Good. And try not to sway. You should feel your core kicking in here too. And 6. Lower that down. Nice job. And 7. And lower. Good. And 8. And down. Just 2 more. No swinging. 9. Good, and 10. Here we go. Beautiful. Now you won't do that set again, but this is time to get the right weight for your choice of shoulder exercises or triceps exercise. So I'm going to use these, crossing them over, dropping my shoulders down. I'm going to stand, but if you struggle again with core, sit down to do these. Slight bend of your knees. I'm going to lower back, just turning sideways. So you can see that my back is in a straight line, protecting my lower back, and there's no change. So I'm not arching and then straightening out. There's no swinging. And if you look straight on, you should be able to see that my elbows are in close to my head. So almost like earmuffs right here, and push up. So we lower back slowly, inhaling, and then ideally you're going to exhale as you push, and that helps gain a little bit of strength and decreases pressure through the pelvis. So if you're not breathing, pressure has to go somewhere. And it goes often to the pelvic floor. So for women, work on the breath. Really important in midlife and beyond. Inhale and exhale. Good. Lots of cueing going on, not lots of counting. So trust me, we're not quite at 10, but I'm going to hit this one, and that's it. We'll be back for 2 more sets. But first, instead of those seated one-arm bicep curls, who has time for that? It doubles the amount of time. I want you to step back and find your wall. So you're going to sink a little bit, walk your feet away from the wall. Your head, your shoulders are on the wall, your hips are not. And although that may look like poor posture, it's actually better for your lower back. What I do want you to do is put those triceps, the back of your arm, your elbow should be on the wall. You can put palms up, or you can turn your palms in if you prefer. But I want you to be careful here. Don't go through your drywall at the bottom. Just control it. And pull up and then lower down. Nice and easy. And you'll help keep the tension out of your neck if you push your head back just very gently into the wall. Exhale, and then inhale as you come down nice and slow. Good. Lift up, control it on the way down, and if we slow it down on the way down, we've got about 60% of the work that happens as we're doing that. So you're gaining a lot of strength. So if it's getting a little challenging, there's a reason. Pull up. Good, and then lower that down. Nice job. We're gonna go 3 more. Good, and while I'm cueing, I promise you I can't multitask and cue and count. Form is really important to me, so if you're counting and you're at 10 or you're already at fatigue, your job is done. Stop and rest, and then release. Step away from the wall. Okay, correct weights for your tricep exercise. So think about what you're doing. If you're getting down and up from the floor or from the bench, I know you need a little more time, take it. Set your weights up. If you need to go lighter on these weights for triceps this time, please do it. Ready? When you are, find your form. If you're doing this overhead press with me, remember slight bend of your knees, tuck that tailbone underneath, drop your shoulders. So we're not here, we're dropped, and we lower that weight, and then exhale, and push up and overhead. Inhale. Good, and notice my elbows not moving off of that place, directly over my shoulders. And then push up. Nice job. Inhale. Exhale. Press that up. Good. Inhale. Bring it down. Exhale and push up. The one thing I want to challenge you to do here is if you're right-handed or vice versa, I want you to think about your non-dominant arm. Make sure that that hand, that arm, is doing its share. That you're not letting your dominant arm do all the work. So see, could you take over a little bit more with that non-dominant arm and get the work done? Inhale. And exhale, push up. Beautiful. Inhale. And exhale, push. Good. And bring this down. If you've not reached fatigue, potentially that weight was just a little bit light for you. Okay, this is the third and final set of your biceps. So this one is called 7s or 21. We're going to do 3 different positions, but it's really one continuous task. So it gets tough at the end. Think about how you're doing with your weight. Now I'm going to try to struggle through. If you're advanced, you have some experience, challenge yourself. If you think, oh, don't know, this is going to be hard, stick with this one. If you feel you're a beginner and you don't want to overdo because you're not quite sure how you'll do, err on the conservative side and pick up a lighter weight. For this one, I'm not going to stand against the wall, but I am going to be sure that I have slight bend in the knees, tailbone tucked under, and I know that I can maintain core solid and still. If that's not you, you're not sure, sit down, do this one there, and then later you can stand. Elbows in close, hug yourself, okay? We're going to come up just halfway, that's it, and down, and 2, and lower down. 3, so it's short range of motion, but we're going to control it so there's no swinging. Up and then down. Nice. Almost done, right? So almost a third of the way done with this set. And remember that this is the last set. Good. Nice. Now, for this next one, you're going to come up and stay here and raise all the way up. So second half of the range of motion. Good, up. Don't let it rest on you. And try not to move the back. So it's easier to arch the back here, tuck that tailbone a little bit to counter it, and down. Good, 3, and lower. Good, and 4. Lower down. 5, and down. Good, 6, and down. 7, and all the way down this time. And the last set goes all the way up. Elbows in. 1. Control all the way down. 6 more exercises. Keep them count. Come on. And up. And lower. Good. 5 more. No swinging. And lower down. And your biceps should be crying a little right now and pull up. and then down. Good. Pull this one up. Lift. Excellent. And lower down. Good. Exhale, pull. Good. And lower. Pull and lift. Beautiful. Good. And 2 more. Give me 1 more. No swinging. You have this. You are strong. Slight bend of your knees. Excellent job. Good. Prepare for your very last set. 10 tricep exercises. This is it. To completion. Do them well. Slight bend of your knees. Sit if you need to. Tuck the tailbone. You're exchanging your waist right now if you need to. Drop the shoulders down. If you're doing this with me, your elbows are in close and you're pushing. Good. If you happen to be doing a push down, if you lay down on the floor and you're doing a skull crusher, same timing. So it's a short lever in all of those cases, meaning we flex at the elbow and extend. Inhale and exhale. Good. And do think again. Tune into that non-dominant arm. Are you using it? Are you making it work too? Inhale. Exhale and push. You're doing great. And by the way, your arms look amazing. And lift. Good. 3 more. Exhale and push. Try to keep that neck relaxed. How you doing there? And push. You're breathing with me. 2. And push. Nice. And 1 more time. This is it. Press. Good. And relax. And those weights come down. Let's chat. Where do you put that? I know that's going to be your question. So where does this workout go? Can you work arms every day? No. Why? Muscles need a minimum of 48 hours to recover. So I got to think about this carefully. Let's say you go to a group fitness class. At the end of the class, the instructor does some arm toning work. Well, if that happened on Monday, on Tuesday, should you do this? No. You gotta wait until Wednesday. If you do a total body workout and you've done your chest and your back, on Monday, can you also do this arms? Yes. Can you do the arms on Tuesday? I would say no, because you use the biceps and the triceps on Monday if you did the chest and the back. This is a really important distinction for women over 40. Why? Because we are much more catabolic. That means we're in muscle breakdown more of the time, more easily, because our hormones have gone like this. We have to make sure when we work out, we work out. We make it count. You feel like I feel right now, like I worked, like I earned recovery. That's an important detail. If we don't get the recovery, that's when the muscle, now broken down, micro tearing going on in there, gets a chance to repair. And your muscles, the wisdom of the body, says it doesn't just repair those broken, damaged things, it gets stronger. So it overcompensates, or what we call super compensates, but only if you get adequate rest before you stimulate it again, you get adequate calories and protein in, and you're sleeping. So if we have too much cortisol, we're breaking down again. All those little pieces matter. So how many times a week should you do this particular one? You know, first of all, I would break it up. You might love this one, do it a couple times this week, but then after that, put it in once this week at the end of a total body workout where you didn't actually do any specific arm work, or between a Monday and a Friday, total body work on Wednesday. Do an arm only workout, maybe with your core. That works. I, for Flipping 50, am not a fan of splitting muscle groups, chest and triceps, back and biceps, and legs. For most women, unless you have a lot of time to put a lot of volume in, you won't get the boost in metabolism by doing that. Twice weekly, total body, you get ample time to put the volume in, number of sets and repetitions with a heavy weight, and between that, you have the recovery time. We need the best of both worlds, especially if you tend to, sometimes your energy is not great. Sometimes your schedule is crazy busy and you've got a lot of stressors. We want to find out what's the minimum amount of exercise that I can do that's really high quality, that makes me want to move the rest of the time and do all the things I need to do. That's the sweet spot. Thanks for sticking around for this. But now you know, how can I use this? Where can I put it? And then put it in your stash for, this is great arm work.